Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Gray here, and I have a really cool lesson planned out for you guys today. It's something that I think students are very passionate about. So for an advanced or intermediate student, there's a couple animals that connect more to the soul. The opposite of the elementary school, which is hot dog, cool cat, we're going to reverse it and do cool colors for a wolf and warm colors for a lion. So materials, these are high quality oil pastels. I'm going to be using oil pastels. You can use whatever you have at home, markers or whatever you want to use at home. But these are awesome, top quality oil pastels for professional level, and they're fairly cheap. Mungyo, M-U-N-G-Y-O, Gallery. What you guys can use that are at most stores like Walmart or anywhere else are Pentel's oil pastels. So I'm going to be using these today. Other tools you might use in the future, these are for blending, a blending stick with a piece of paper. These work awesome. I've also bought clay mixers. They have a rubber tip and they are great for mixing as well. I don't think they're worth the money. So I would recommend just using a paper towel and a cheap set of oil pastels to start. So simply put, you can either use a Sharpie for this part or a black oil pastel. So for the wolf and the lion both, for the easy way, I start by drawing a kind of a cup shape or a U shape. Now I'm going to show you an easy way and I'm going to show you a more advanced way. Okay, that's step one. After that, step two for the lion is I draw lines out, curving it out, almost like the letter F. And you'll notice that to draw good artworks, you repeat the same shape over and over again. I'll explain that in a minute with the more advanced version. After that, the lion, the nose is going to be right here. So I'm going to try to draw more of a triangle shape pointing downward. And then out of this nose, lions or cats and dogs both have a line that come out of their nose. And from there, I'm going to try to draw kind of like a W. Got it? So I got my W, I got my U shape, and then I'm going to draw my eyes as if it's looking at me from above its eyelid here. I only draw half of the eye. That's one of the secrets to make it look kind of mysterious and kind of cool. For the dog, or the wolf, I'm sorry, the wolf, I've noticed that the nose is above the rectangle, half of a rectangle shape. And it's big. Wolves have a kind of a big black nose. And then I draw a little line to connect the big black circle, oval, or triangle shape to that part. And that's how I start a wolf. From there, I draw the letter F. Now I do keep it separate. I draw a lowercase f, and I draw a backwards F. Okay? And I probably did this too high up on my paper. This would be great to move it down, by the way. I also draw a little line here for the mouth. Sometimes I scribble that to make it look like fur. From there, on the wolf, to finish off the eyes, I just draw a connection straight up, and the wolf's eyes are round, right? They're more rounded, so I draw a connection straight up to finish it off. May take a little practice. And from there, somewhere in this area, I'm going to scribble a line out. Wolves' ears are pointy. I didn't have any room on here. I ran out of room on this artwork. But lion's ears are rounded. They're the letter C. If I were to finish off my lion, I would probably add just a couple more things here other than the ears. Finish off the eyes if I want to, and a furry chin. And the rest are just a bunch of lines coming out. Boys and girls, in elementary school we began with learning with circles and squares, right? So for this lesson, it's still a warm and cool color lesson. But for an advanced student, these are great. If you want to have a little bit more edge or a little bit more advanced artwork than this, then I suggest you learn about the next level up in geometric shapes, which is hexagons and pentagons. If you can draw these two shapes, then you can advance up to drawing more advanced level artworks. Okay? So with the line, can you tell which shape the line is basically repeated over and over and over again? Okay, it's a hexagon. If I turn this just a little bit, you'll notice that the shapes in the nose, in the mouth, in the eye areas, in the head are all hexagon shapes. It's beautiful that way when you repeat the same shape over and over again. It's one of those weird things in art. And with the wolf, the shape that's repeated over and over again is a pentagon when it's flipped upside down. Here is the beginning of the line that I've already started to sketch out, and you can see that it's starting to look like a, what shape again was that? A hexagon, right? So I got my hexagon shape starting, and I'm going to start a new one right there, just like that. And usually I draw that lightly and I scribble it a little bit so you can't really exactly tell what it is. By the way, these lines, their whiskers are in a row if you want to be more advanced about it. And sometimes I don't do them with a black dot. Okay, so the eyes. I wanted to explain something about the eyes on the wolf and the eyes on the lion. You want your eyes and your nose to be the darkest spot in your artwork and the brightest spot. You're like, huh? That doesn't make any sense, Mr. Grant. The brightest and the darkest? That's right. You want your darkest dark, the black, to be in the eyes, in the nose, and you want your brightest whites to be in there, or your brightest colors. And so here's my recommendation. It doesn't matter which of the warm colors you use. These are the ones that I have with me. I don't know where my purple went, so I guess I'm not using purple. But some of the purples you can see, purple's a very interesting color because it can be on both sides of the color wheel, warm or cool. And let me tell you this too, the other reason why we why would I only use warm colors? Right? Do you guys ever wonder that question? Why can't I just use whatever I want? Well, when you use warm colors, they mix together well. That's one thing. Another thing is that it shows you have mastery over color. You understand warm versus cool. Another thing is it allows another color to pop out or stand out if you use a little bit of another color. Okay, so another thing I wanted to share with you other than why we're using warm and cool colors is notice I'm coloring next to the black line with my yellow, and I'm not just coloring lines everywhere. Now you can start to color lines. It matters what direction your lines go. So I'm pointing my lines outward when I color them because it's the mane of the fur. I want them to point outward until I get to the bottom, and now I'm curving them down because that's another, I'm trying to mimic that same hexagon shape for the shape of the head also, but some of the lines at the bottom start to curve down, if that makes sense. So they point up at the top. Okay, so here's something that you might want to consider. All of your lines should point to the eyes. So everything should be pointing to the eyes because that should be the focus point in your artwork. I don't know if that helps you or not. And in the face area, I'm just, like I said, I'm coloring one side of my lines yellow. And then what I'm going to do, you notice on here I colored one side purple and one side, I know that looks yellow, but that's actually green. That's actually this color. That's how strange colors are when they're mixed together in their element. They change the way they look. So I got a bright color on this side of the line. You know what I'm going to do is a dark color on the other side. So I don't know which one to choose. You guys, it's up to you. On the other side of the black line, I'm going to do either brown or red. Okay. And then if you pay attention, you'll see that I'm going to start to blend those out with my finger or paper towel. There we have it, boys and girls. It's pretty cool. We have the king of the jungle, the lion, the protector of his pride. And then we have the mysterious wolf, the gray wolf that became man's best friend, peering straight into your soul. In the middle of the night, maybe. Who knows? But Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching.